everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Cam Confidence Radio.
Hello mga madam! Welcome back to another episode, and we're so excited to welcome you back because today, it's not our story that we're gonna be telling. We're gonna be telling a story of some other people. In particular, we're gonna be talking about an inspiring story of Kuya Benji, Tandaya, Estillore. This is one of Colgate's Smile Strong videos. They're available on YouTube if you guys want to check it out in the description box. Kasi iba talaga with visuals. Pinanood namin siya kanina. And it took us a while to recover kasi naiyak kami. Nakaka-inspire siya talaga. And it reminded us of what it means to be positive, to smile strong against adversity, through adversity. So guys, if you want to understand even more what we're going to be talking about today, we highly recommend that you go to Colgate's YouTube channel. Check out the link in our description box. See the playlist ng Colgate Smile Strong Stories because, guys, it's the push that you need for your life.
Intense. Sobrang binge-watch namin lahat ng stories and sobrang optimistic lahat. Ang daming takeaways na dapat pag smile lang tayo dahil strong tayo. Thanks so much for that reminder.
Diba every end nung videos, smile lang tayo kasi strong tayo. And I felt it to my core. Especially, ewan ko, today is just, I feel like I'm struggling today, but when we started listening and watching these stories, I realized na, kung kaya nila, kaya rin natin. Okay?
Totoo.
So, yun ang theme natin, guys, today. Optimism in action. So, let's start with, gusto namin basahin sa inyo, guys, yung story ni Kuya Benji Tandaya. So, he is a Grab driver, and we want you guys to hear from his own voice. So, I'm just gonna read what he said in the video. So, let's go. Hi, ako po si Benji, at ito ang Smile Strong story ko. I'm 52 years old, late na nag-asawa. Late na nga rin kaya matupad ang ibang pangarap ko. Gusto kong magpatuloy, kaya lang high school lang ang natapos ko noon, kaya mahirap makapasok sa trabaho. Sa biyahe, nadadaan ko lagi ang eskwelahan. Napapangiti ako kasi naaalala ko yung pangarap kong makatapos. Sa bawat ngiti, na-realize ko na may tibay ako para tumupad ng pangarap. Kaya bumalik ako sa pag-aaral. Nag-enroll ako ngayong pandemic sa school, pinagsasabay ko sila sa pagdadrive. Pumasok din ako sa school na naka-uniform. Sabi nila, akala ko ikaw yung teacher, pero tuloy-tuloy lang ako. Pakiramdam ko, malapit na ako sa bright future na pinapangarap ko. Ang bawat smile natin nagpapakita na strong tayo. Kung gusto natin ng isang bagay, dapat sipagan natin. Smile tayo dahil strong tayo. Okay, that's how they end each video. And it's just so representative of what optimism in action is supposed to be. Because nakita nyo na it's not just about being positive, staying positive through adversity. It's also knowing that you can act, na you can look at things from a perspective that's positive so you can move forward and actually find ways to be better, to grow into the person you want to be. Madam.
Grabe, ang dami kong takeaways, madam. As in, ito kasi yung una naming pinanood na video kanina dun sa playlist ng Colgate. And umiyak talaga ako, literal. Kasi sobrang refreshing. It was happy tears for me because it was so refreshing to hear stories na parang sobrang hopeful, na parang, kasi tayo, 'di ba, sa mga buhay natin, parang lagi, may mga times na feeling natin lagi tayong defeated. But when I hear stories like this, madam, it gives me so much hope. It gives me so much patience na parang smile lang talaga tayo. Kapag ngumiti tayo, meron tayong tibay para tumupad ng pangarap natin. Kasi katulad nga, ang dami kong takeaways, madam, kay Kuya Benji. Thank you, Kuya Benji, for sharing your story. You're so inspiring. Na wala pala talagang right and wrong time to pursue your dream. It's never too late. It's never too early. And no matter what, kung kung papunta ka sa pangarap mo, there will always be struggles. There will be a lot of obstacles. Kasi kaya ngayon pinapangarap ng ibang manaming tao eh. Kasi hindi lahat nakakapunta sa pangarap na yun. But it's the persistence to reach your dreams, to reach your goals, and yun nga, hindi ka sobrang bata para matupad ang pangarap mo. Hindi ka rin sobrang tanda para matupad ang pangarap mo. I'm
Gusto ko,
getting
madam, yung sinabi
emotional
mo
really.
kanina. I know, me too. And it's so early in the morning. Pero I like what you said a while ago na yung a lot of us feel defeated. And I think that's one thing that I'd like to take away from Kuya Benji's story. Yung defeatist attitude, I think, is the opposite of optimism in action. Because oftentimes, when we encounter problems, struggles, we immediately assume na if nahirapan tayo, we're defeated. Parang natalo na tayo agad. But if you guys see Kuya Benji smile, as in the way he talked about his story, there was no sense of kawawa ako or like, oh, it's too late for me. As in like, hindi mo mafe-feel na parang natalo siya because the fact na he's fighting for his dream, he's really, really proud of it. And the fact that he gets to do it and he gets to stand up for himself, his energy is just overflowing ng positivity. And I think that's something that we can really, I think that's something that we can really get from him. And hopefully ma-adopt natin sa sarili natin. Because imagine, even if I consider my situation, like the struggles that I go through, obviously we all have our feelings, our struggles, and they're valid. However, it's also nice to step out of that perspective and kind of see na, look at Kuya Benji and look at what he tells himself. Just the positive self-talk, the perspective, the gratitude, knowing that even though ito yung mga pinagdadaanan niya, like there is something to be grateful for, there's something to smile about. And that's something that I wish I'm always reminded. Na I really try to be like Kuya Benji. but during the times na I'm not, it's like it's really a good reminder na kaya siya. Like
Totoo.
if you start with a smiling action, you look at it with an optimistic perspective, susunod rin yung energy na yun.
Can I also pile onto that, madam? Yung thing about smiling. Ako minsan, naloloko ko yung sarili ko. Na kapag kunwari, I'm not having a great day at all. Tapos parang syempre, there are times na ayoko na lang kumilos, na alam mo yun, parang you feel defeated with your day. Pero when I try, keyword is try, to smile, na parang, it's going to be a great day. It's okay. Okay lang na hindi okay yung morning ko. Let's start again at lunch. I will smile. This will be a great day. I'm going into a meeting in 2 minutes. Breathe. Smile. Kaya to. Smile tayo dahil strong tayo. Yan ang natin. Key takeaway natin. Diba? So, smile. Parang I think it's a signal to our brains as well na kahit hindi ka okay, smile. Try lang natin. Ganon. I think it's one exercise you can also try for yourselves, mga madam. Kasi for me, it helps.
Ginagawa ko siya ngayon. Nakasmile ako, guys, the whole time. Because naalala ko yung sa sinabi ni Madam Rizza. If you guys have watched Eat, Pray, Love, napanood mo na ba yun, Madam?
Yes.
Eat, Pray, Love?
So,
when she went to Bali, parang there's this meditation that she was told. Like, you don't have to do anything. You just smile during your meditation. And it follows. Like, parang your energy follows, your body follows your smile. As in, like, you smile enough times and sumusunod yung mood mo, sumusunod yung feeling mo. And that's one way to reset. And parang actually ngayon, medyo nag-work siya sa akin. Because, stressed kami, you know. As ang daming nangyayari sa negosyo, ang daming nangyayari sa, Diyos ko guys, eto na holiday season, 13th
Yeah.
month pay, ang daming,
Totoo.
naming iniisip. But, honestly, like, when you were talking about smiling, madam, tas I was like trying to smile and parang nakatulong siya sa akin. And it's a physical reaction that is followed by an emotional effect. So try niyo yun, guys. Just smile for like a few minutes and see what that does to your mood.
And tag us on Instagram what happened.
My gosh, nakakatulong pala talaga siya, no?
And one more thing, madam, I like about optimism in action is, parang na aayos yung mindset mo na kailangan mong maging resilient. Resilience talaga is the key. Kasi lalo in business, madam, can I just say na hindi talaga lahat are made to be entrepreneurs. Can I just say that? Kasi kailangan talaga matigas yung tiyan mo sa lahat ng adversities na parang talagang you really have to be very focused sa mga sa mga problems and focus on solutions, not the problems. Tapos dapat ready ka nga. You have to always be ready to eat stress for breakfast. But again, sabi nga ng Colgate, smile tayo dahil strong tayo. Sabi ni Kuya Benji, smile tayo dahil strong tayo. Ayun. So, talaga, yung thinking, yung mindset na this will pass, everything changes. Lahat ng masaya, lahat ng hindi magandang nangyayari sa buhay mo, the only constant thing in life is change. So, kung malungkot ka ngayon, if you are really down, you feel defeated, you always cry, this changes. This will change. Yun yung lagi kong pinangahawakan, madam. Kasi in life, it's not always the ups. There's also a lot of downs na madalas hindi nalalaman ng mga tao. Kasi, alam mo yun, parang sasarilihin ko na lang siya or sa mga most important people ko lang siya i-share. Pero maraming downs in my life na I'm just always clinging on to hope. Na wala akong choice kundi isolve tong problem na to dahil walang ibang gagawa. And
I love that.
And if pinagdadaan niyo rin siya ngayon, mga madam, cling on to hope. Cling on to hope. And syempre, dapat, while you are hoping, may ginagawa ka rin. May logical thing ka rin ginagawa para malagpasan yung adversity na yun. So,
yeah. That's why we emphasize action. It's not just thinking positive, but it's also acting positively. It's doing things that will help you. And I want to add to what you said a while ago, madam, about resilience. Remember how in the story, in Kuya Benji's story, he had to go to school, naka-uniform siya. And a lot of the kids thought na siya yung teacher, ganyan. But I loved na he was not looking at it as, uy, kawawa naman ako, or self-pitying na he had to do this. You know what we always say in Camp Confidence na, we get to do this. It's such a privilege that we get to do this versus I have to do this. Like, yun yung, makikita mo yung difference na yung mentality ni Kuya Benji na, yeah, naka-uniform ako. Yes, I'm naka-uniform. I'm pursuing my dreams. That's what it means. And nakakatuwa siya because that really sets you apart. Like, that's how you spot an optimistic person na even though from the outside you understand that this must be a difficult situation to be in, but the way they're handling it, the way they're accepting and celebrating that they get to do this is so inspiring. Like, kaya nga today, parang yung gusto ko magreklamo about so many things and I'm like, but we get to do this.
yeah.
We get to do this, madam.
We are privileged to do this, madam.
Yeah,
Always.
it's nice.
Tsaka yung being in a place of gratitude, I guess, madam, na, okay, marami akong pinagdadaanan ngayon, like si Kuya Benji, may maraming pinagdadaanan, maraming concerns, pero salamat kasi nagagawa ko to. I am grateful kasi nakakapasok ako sa school, or I'm grateful kasi may oras akong pumasok sa school, or if business naman, meron akong capacity to run a business. Meron akong, kumbaga parang kaya ng mental state ko right now to even just get up, get out of bed. And it's really just a win. It's always great to be in a place of gratitude.
Ang hirap naman, madam, hindi maiyak. Naiiyak ako for today's video.
Kanina
Hindi
pa
kasi-
ako umiiyak.
Hindi kasi, like, ako, iniisip ko lang, like, what's my smiling, strong journey? And like, I keep trying to think about it. And it's difficult, for example, I guess my current struggle, what I'm trying to smile strong through is like being an entrepreneur. Kasi I've been a content creator for a while. It's my bread and butter. But I'm also trying to wear this other hat of starting a business, being a negosyante. And it's just so difficult, especially doing it publicly. Starting Kayu Beauty publicly, starting the business publicly, and failing publicly as well. I mean, hindi naman kami lugi, but at the same time, you know, you want to be the best. You want to have this pasabog, super gandang launch, and you want to be perfect. You want to be inspiring in that sense na nagawa mo siya ng tama the first time around. But I'm a beginner. I'm a beginner in this space. And it's so hard, especially when you get so many comments na, kamusta na yung sales nyo? Alam mo yun, like parang may bantay. And it's such a difficult struggle. Kasi, how do you show people what it's like to be a work in progress as an entrepreneur when yung negosyo mo is like there, like nakikita ng lahat? It's hard because parang I've worked really hard to be the content creator that I am today. But the content creator Ayin is different from CEO Ayin. And CEO Ayin is like winging it. Kung natutunan ko na maging content creator, yung pagiging CEO, I'm like, so confused. But what I keep trying to remind myself, and what this story that we read today is reminding me, is I get to do this. Alam mo yun? Like, the fact na I get to be a beginner, the fact na I get to try this, the fact that I have the privilege of even starting my business and having my audience already there, that is a privilege. And I want to be able to have the same outlook as Kuya Benji, to be so grateful na even though ito yung situation and these are the setbacks, you recognize that it's a great thing that you're going through, that it's a step forward, even though it's a difficult step you have to take. And sobrang napapaisip ako na parang, wow, I should really work around this optimism. Na parang being optimistic in action does not mean that I'm always just happy, not struggling. Having optimism in action means you recognize your situation, you pick out what's good about your situation, and you carry that with you as you work through your situation. Tapos parang ako, I can do this. I get to do this. And I really should be grateful that this is my predicament at all. Because remember where we came from, di ba? Where we started. Malayo na rin siya. So, nakakatuwa lang and nakaka-inspire yung mindset ni Kuya Benji. Because if he can work day and night as a Grab driver, study, wear his uniform, be grateful that he's working through his education, then ako, as a business owner and a content creator, I should also have that kind of optimism that I get to do both of my dreams, even though I'm a beginner. So what if I'm a beginner? That's it. Ganun talaga eh. I am a beginner.
Totoo. It's always the beauty and the struggle, madam. I feel like, pero mahirap talaga siya. Optimism is so hard. Being okay with being a beginner is so hard. Being grateful every day is so hard. Pero I feel like, yun nga, kapag nalagay na natin sa utak natin na this is part of life, na if we keep on putting one step at a time every single day of our lives, even if we just keep on trying and trying and failing and trying again, it's what matters. Yun yung wait lang. Yun yung importante. Yun yung importante sa buhay. Kasi there will be days na parang kahit anong gawin mo, walang nangyayari, walang usad, na parang kahit lahat ng solusyon na nasa isip mo, ginawa mo na, pero wala pa rin nangyayari. Mahirap maging positive, pero kailangan natin gawin. We just really have to deal with it. We have to sometimes suck it up and do the job.
Yeah.
We just really have to just suck it up, smile, kaya natin to. Ganon.
Also, I think optimism follows action.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be optimism first and then action. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do and then find your way to optimism again. Like, it can be the other way around. Na parang, okay, maybe right now you are doing your responsibilities and you're struggling, pero while you're doing that, it's also a skill to be optimistic. And the more you train yourself to find the good in things, the easier it gets. As in, over time, the more you do it, the more you smile strong through adversity, the easier it will be for you.
Totoo yan. Gusto ko lang din i-quickly share yung favorite book ko ngayon. Kakatapos ko lang kasi basahin yung Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. I'm not sure if na-share ko na to sa ibang episode, pero i-share ko ulit ngayon na ang premise kasi ng Obstacle is the Way is lahat pala ng problems na dumadaan sa atin is normal. It's supposed to be that way. Tapos, ang ano lang sa atin is we just really have to get through it. Kapag kunwari walang ibang daan, wala eh. There's no way but through. Kunwari meron tayong mga problems na kailangang i-solve head-on, it's the universe telling us na I am training you for this next obstacle para mas matlakas ka kapag gagawin mo na yung next obstacle. Pag isosolve mo na yung next obstacle. And it shifted my mentality na okay lang pala talagang magka-problema. This is part of life. This is part of how I get stronger. Kasi if I don't, like, for example, with business, meron akong mga problems na parang feeling ko hindi ko ma-figure out. But it's asking for help, reading, educating myself, ganyan. And eventually, pag na-solve ko na yon, there will be another problem. Dati, nafu-frustrate ako. Ano ba yan? Hindi natatapos yung problema. Kailan ba ako magiging komportable? Ganon. Pero, I realized na if you're doing it, if you are uncomfortable doing things, it means you're growing.
Madam, question. What obstacle in your past is now a reason for you, or like has been an instrument for you to overcome something that you're struggling with today? Like, parang, can you think of an obstacle in the past na it didn't make sense before, pero ngayon na meron ka ng next level na pinagdadaanan, you're like, oh my gosh, thank God that happened to me. May ganun ka ba?
Yes. Ako, yung major obstacle ko talaga before was yung na-scam kami back to back to back. So, for context, mga madam, I was scammed 3 times by 3 different people and nalubog ako sa utang for 5 million. So, parang as someone na 24-year-old, may 24-year-old to 27-year-old self, sobrang stressed ako, hindi ko alam kung anong gagawin. So, parang nung time talagang yun, sobrang nagtatampo ako sa universe na parang, ano bang problema mo sa akin? Bakit ganito yung binibigay mo sa akin problema? But then, sabi kasi nila, diba, when you're faced with adversity, that's when you get super duper creative to solve problems. So, nung time na yon, hindi ko talaga alam kung anong gagawin ko, anong pwedeng gawin. Pero eventually, nung mas nagkaroon na ako ng skills in business. Nabayaran ko yung utang ko after ilang years. Tapos ngayon, admittedly, meron pa rin kaming mga utang. Normal yan sa business, sa mga suppliers, etc. But then, sinasabi ko sa sarili ko na, okay, I got through this nung dati na mga concern ko. So ngayon, kaya ko siya. Sabi ko nga, parang if pera ang problema, I know na magagawan ko siya ng paraan. Kasi yung 5 million debt na paulit-ulit akong na-scam gave me the skills to acquire kung paano ako makakakuha ng pera. Ano ba yung mga paraan? Ano ba yung mga pwedeng gawin ko? Racket, ganyan. Paano ba ako magdadagdag ng income stream? So, yung creativity that I got from that 5 million scam debt gave me the capacity on how I could actually acquire more income kung in case mapagdaanan ko pa rin siya ngayon.
Grabe talaga, no?
It was character development. It was ang daming kinds of skill. Tsaka ano talaga it takes so much mental reframing in life. Kasi mahirap talaga kapag may mga nandyan yung adversity sa harap mo, parang you'll just crumble and cry. I mean, ginagawa ko pa rin yun hanggang ngayon. Pero nagkaroon ako ng skill to zoom out of the picture. How do I, wait lang, okay, iiyak ako, tapusin ko lang tong breakdown ng clock ko today, pero action. Anong gagawin natin? Let's zoom out. How do we solve this problem? Yun. So, yun talaga, maraming jabs in life. Jab as in yung suntok in life. Pero, we gotta do this. Smile tayo dahil strong tayo.
Yes! I mean, na-imbibe mo talaga yung energy nila kuya kanina. Paulit-ulit natin pinanood and it really worked. It really worked.
It did.
Although nakakaiyak siya, guys. Naiyak talaga. Parang, I'm trying to keep myself together, but at the same time, it's also a reminder of what we can do. What we can do. By the way, guys, I wanted to, speaking of like obstacle is the way, Camp Confidence started out as a rejected podcast. So, in Spain, kasi di ba nagtatrabaho ako sa Spain and I wanted to be a full-time content creator, akala ko my way out of being an OFW was Camp Confidence. Kasi merong merong grant ako na in-applyan which would give me like funding para maka-employ ako ng production team for Camp Confidence. I thought I was gonna get this like big deal na I'm gonna fly to the US para magawa yung Camp Confidence radio. Boom! Hindi ako nakapasok. Hindi ako nakapasok. I wasn't even in the top 10% or whatever. As in like, no, rejected. And then I thought, oh no, like, what happened to my plan? Like, my plan after working in Spain was to come home and produce Camp Confidence. So then, I realized na, well, okay, I guess if I can't do it the easy way with the help of other people and like professionals in the podcasting community, I was like, I guess I have to do it myself. And I realized that that obstacle was the way to becoming the Camp Confidence radio podcast that we are today. Because if hindi yun nangyari, it would have been a totally different direction. And I don't think we would have been able to build this community. Because, you know, we care so much about this community. It's an intimate madamhood.
Yes.
Like, when we meet people in real life, these people know like the ins and outs of our business, our lives, but at the same time, they're also doing their own thing. They're also very engaged and they're growing their own projects. And it's just so inspiring to see these people. And honestly, we would not have gotten that connection, or I would not even be co-hosting with Madam Rizza if not for that first rejection. As in, like we said before, hindi ko alam kung narinig nyo na yung episode na I was telling about the beginnings of Camp Confidence. Nag-i-invite ako ng guest sa closet ko, guys. Literal closet because it has the best soundproofing. So, imagine nakakahiya, pinapapunta ko sila sa QC, sa bahay ko sa QC. Tapos pupunta kami sa closet. Tapos doon kami magre-record ng Camp Confidence. And if you guys look at our older videos, like our first videos, makikita nyo iba yung setup namin. Yung earphones namin, iba yung mic namin. Thank you, Josh, by the way, sa pag-sponsor ng microphone. Ginagamit pa rin namin a year later.
Super
And
ROI.
ROI talaga siya. But, like, the whole story of Camp Confidence was, we started out as a rejection. And it redirected us, sabi nga ni Miss Catriona Gray. We were redirected into where we are today. And we're really happy that we get to do this, that we get to get together every Wednesday at 10 a.m. and talk to our madamhood, our madams. Na now looking back, sometimes we forget na parang, oh my gosh, nakakalimutan natin yung pinanggalingan natin because we're so stuck in the present. But now, optimism in action is also telling me na it's honoring where you came from, knowing that you've gone so far, and understanding that you have so much more to go. And it's such a good place to be. It's a great place to be, that we get to be here, that we get to do this.
Rejection is a redirection.
AKA Miss Catriona Gray's iconic quote.
Yeah.
But anyway, mga madam, ito yung mga story na to. This is just one of the many stories from our inspiring Grab drivers that they shared through the Colgate Smile Strong Stories of Optimism. So these are videos available on YouTube, on the Colgate YouTube channel, and they have a playlist there. We're gonna link it in our description para ma-inspire din kayo. They're super short but super valuable, and makikita nyo how different people have different struggles, but they are just united by their common perspective, their optimism that allows them to act. So hopefully, guys, you can support this campaign by Colgate. It's such an amazing initiative. Like, panoorin nyo yung 4 na videos at the moment dun sa playlist na yon. We just binge it today, and I think we're gonna get through our day dahil dun.
Yep.
So yeah, and if you guys, by the way, if you have any experience with our Grab drivers, let us know. If you have any inspiring stories of people that really exhibit optimism in action, tag nyo kami on Instagram, Facebook, tag nyo rin ng Colgate, and let us know what your Smile Strong story is. As usual, it's at Camp Confidence Radio, at Ayin Bernos, and at Rizza Lana.
Thank you again so much for watching, mga madam, and listening. We love you as always. We will see you on the next one. Bye.
Don't forget to rate us 5 stars minimum. Bye, guys!
Yes. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Smile strong today. Dahil strong tayo. Bye!
A.